Hi everyone, come along with me to Seoul for the Nail Expo 2024. After a 13-hour flight and about 45 minutes in immigration, I took the AREX Express to shave off some time getting to my Airbnb in Mapo, which I arrived in 45 minutes, still putting me at 9 p.m. I picked this location since this is my first solo international and I'm stuck carrying my own heavy-ass luggage without my husband this time. This is my first time at this Airbnb, as the usual spot we'd stay at was already rented out, but this worked out great. Besides, the only thing I really didn't like was the elevator would take forever, and I mean, at $76 a night, you can't beat that. So I dropped my stuff off, and of course, decided to take a late night stroll. I know it's close to 10 p.m. or after, but it's Friday, and I am heading to Hongdae Shopping Street. It is packed pretty much every night. There is always something open, whether you want to go shopping, grab a bite to eat, people are performing. You really never know what you'll see depending where you're walking around at. It keeps it quite interesting. I walked around for a little bit longer, then stopped at GS25 to grab something to eat, headed back, and got ready for tomorrow since it's convention day. So as we know, time changes suck, and I needed some sleep. So I woke up around 9:30 and threw something on and headed the 3 blocks to Paris Baguette. Which, by the way, after having it in the US and Korea, I can definitely say the US messes it up so bad with the taste. It's way off. But anyways, I grabbed a few things so I had snacks for later too, then headed back to the Airbnb to get ready to hit the subway to Gangnam. This cute little store called Butter, I am absolutely obsessed with. Every setup they have had since they've opened and I've seen them has been so precious. After a quick ride, I arrived at the SETEC Center and I was ready to explore. This convention center is the same one I went to last year when I visited. It has 3 large rooms, all filled with different brands. I was kind of disappointed this year though, as there weren't as many brands I love here. I did get to see First Street, Mayor, F Polish, Rispo, Jinbi, and others. But honestly, with how heavy my bag felt, I thought I bought way more stuff. I was kind of disappointed at my nail haul when I was going through everything, but I just kept reminding myself that I have to go find Nail Mall. It's a long story. I'll tell you about it later in this video, I promise. After a few hours of shopping here, I headed back, dropped my stuff off, went through, did my little haul here. See what I mean? Really not that much stuff, but it's okay. Heading back out, and my first stop is Line Friends. I was on the hunt hoping to find some of the new jeans collection that had been released back in September. Considering it was the end of October, I really wasn't too hopeful, but I got super lucky and scored 2 things while I was there. After this, I headed to the convenience store to grab some snacks and ended up eating ramen. I bought some vitamin energy drinks to try too. There's always cool little vitamin things that they offer at these convenience stores, and they're always actually healthy for you. It's not like the US where it's questionable things like spice and all that other garbage that gets sold there and then recalled because it's terrible for you. No. But after eating, I wanted to head back out again because I guess you could call it Halloween weekend because Halloween was going to be the upcoming Thursday. And again, it's currently Saturday. So usually when it falls like that, I feel like people tend to celebrate both weekends. In my wandering around, I ended up coming across this little pop-up market that they had over here, and I got super happy because I found a vendor that had a bunch of pins for my pin board that I didn't have yet, and I went crazy. I probably bought about 20 from her.
한번 해볼게요. 자, 처음이라고 하시니까 박수 한 번만 주세요. 자, 가보자. 네, 이렇게 그냥 맞춰서 천천히. 보고 싶대요. 오케이, 좋아요. 잠깐만 일로 와봐요. 처음이라고. 잘하면 안 돼. 알았죠? 알았어. 자, 실패. 자, 여기. 실패. 자, 생각보다, 그러니까 약간 이렇게 하지 말고 이렇게 돌려. 자, 가볼게요. 자, 준비. 자, 내가 노래 맞출 테니까 노래랑 같이 해요. 가보자. 그렇지, 약간 못해야 돼. 그렇지. 그렇지. 오케이. 오케이. 잘했어. 여기 일로 와. 여기 앉아. 너무 못 만들어서 죽었어. 자, 지금부터 저랑 같이 여자친구의 솜사탕을 수술로 한번 제대로 한번 살려보겠습니다. 제 보조가 돼주셔야 돼요. 물론 자, 내가 물 하면 물 줘. 목말라니까 더우니까 부채 물! 나 부채! 오케이, 이거예요. 물! 부채! 좋아. 살아나고 있어요, 여러분들. 제 목소리가 잘 안 들리죠? 부채 앞불! 자, 마지막! 밑으로 돌려요. 오케이. 자, 조금 부족한 것 같아서. 자, 잠깐만. 돌려. 가자. 돌려. 돌려!
석양
돌려! 됐어. 숙여.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
펜타킬
됐어. 자, 죽어가던 솜사탕이 살아났습니다. 자, 하나, 둘, 셋! 자, 앞쪽으로 와요. 자, 일단, 아이고, 고생했으니까 우리 남자친구부터 먼저 한번 먹어봐야 되겠죠? 자, 맛이 어때요? 달겠죠? 맛있겠죠?
Upon my wandering around, I decided to pop in General Monster and see if I could find any glasses I potentially liked. This store layout is really awesome to check out. I kept seeing it on Instagram and I really wanted to see it in person. There's a couple art installs in here that are just mind-blowing. Just me naively walking through Pop-Up Mart thinking I was actually going to be able to find a Labubu, because at this time I did not realize how much of a thing they actually were, sadly. I ended up grabbing dinner, heading back and crashing for the night. Today I was debating on possibly stopping back at the convention center since the convention was a 3-day event. But I really didn't feel like I found much, so I didn't want to go back there again, even though I was heading back to Gangnam for a spa experience. I was super excited to check this place out. It specializes in ginseng-based services at Spa 1899. I opted for the slow aging signature program that included a facial and a full body massage for 150 minutes, and they have it priced at 340,000 won. But at the time with the conversion, I want to say it was just a little over 200, which in the States, something like this would cost way more than that. The experience and the hospitality at this facility was incredible, and I cannot wait to come back. I don't know if it was just the day I came or if this is how they align the appointments, but I didn't happen to run into any other guests, but I did see other rooms occupied while I was being guided from one activity to another. All the products used, from my foot soak to the face masks to massage oils, having ginseng inside of them made for the most relaxing experience I think I've ever had in a spa visit. I also really like that they offer an exit review of your experience. I already said it, but I cannot wait to come back. The rest of the day was a bit of a different vibe. I stopped in to see an artist I've seen a few times to get a couple pieces done. Here's one of them. I was super excited about this. After that, I walked around for a bit, grabbed a bite to eat, and went to bed. It's been so nice sleeping in on vacation. I'm definitely taking advantage of it when I can. I didn't get to the subway until around 11:30 to start my day and head to Seongsu. I have been to Seoul Forest a few times now. Definitely a must visit every time I'm in Korea. I highly recommend if you've never been. There is something magical about that place. I absolutely love it, and honestly, it's a great place for a quiet stroll. But after that, I was more excited to go and check out the outlying neighborhood of Seongsu and all the cute shops, because it has been dubbed the Brooklyn of Seoul and one of the trendiest and most upcoming places. One of my first stops was an Instagram post that I had seen of a small shop that carries cute kitchenware. course, I made it to Seoul Forest, which I always love coming here. This is one of my favorite places to walk around and get a break from the city. I've been here in the spring and in the fall, and honestly, both views are amazing. The park is really big, and there's plenty of room to get around. People will rent bikes, bring scooters, walk around. I think I've seen like a field trip here before. But coming on the weekdays is definitely better. You definitely get a lot less people. You could do a lot more photo spots. There's a lot of beautiful areas throughout here, and tiny little waterfall, a nature park, nice overviews of the city. There's just a lot of good spots you could check out here. There's also a really big open area in the center where people will bring their dogs to let them run around and play. There's like a pretty big strip area for camping setups too, which is really cute. After spending about an hour at Seoul Forest, I decided it was time to start my walk over to the Favorite pop-up. I was super excited because I missed it last year, so this was a definite must for me. On the way, I ended up coming across this super cute little street with all these shops. Decided to check this out and see what there was. I've never been here before, so this was a whole new area for me to explore. After wandering around for a little bit, I finally made it to the February pop-up, and I was so excited. The way they decorated this was absolutely gorgeous. It gives off such a cool vibe. On this floor, they were doing live demos, which was really cool to be able to see in person. I don't mind watching on Instagram Live, which I often do, but obviously seeing it in person and seeing somebody work is always great. They had this whole display set up in the middle, which was really cool. It showcases a lot of their products and stuff I've been seeing online. They carry a lot of alcohol inks I've been interested in purchasing. The February brand makes a lot of colors I really haven't tend to seen in the nail world before, so I was happy to put eyes on them finally and scoop them up because, as we know, computers and screens love to change the appearance of how colors look, and in the nail world, that matters a lot. I can't tell you how many products I've bought duplicates of because I think it looks like something online and then I get it and it's totally different. With how the sun was coming in on this third floor, it was absolutely so dreamy. I loved it. After checking out this, I headed out downstairs, bought a few things, and got a free iced Americano. That is awesome. I'm never going to complain about a free coffee. We love that. Then I headed back to the subway, and of course, I had a little bit of extra time, so I finally stopped in Butter. I was so happy to finally come in here. I've been putting it off because I knew I was definitely going to want to spend some time in here looking around and buy a couple things. They have the cutest plushies and knickknacks. So I don't know if anybody else is like this, but when I travel, I get so distracted and venturing places that I totally forget to eat. So I grabbed some food and went back and sat down for a minute to try to catch up before I headed back out again. I love that Korea has so many photo booth places. This one was a new one for me though. I thought it was super cool that it was like a subway take. And I had so much fun taking these photos in this one. I don't even care that I was by myself. You could always have a good time in these things. It's so fun. Then, of course, my favorite store ever. Yes, that's a word. Cacao Friends. I love Cacao Friends. Chunsik and Ryan are hands down the cutest little creature characters in the world. And it quite literally has a chokehold on me. And I'm not afraid to admit that. It's cute shit, and I cannot deny it. I ended up back walking around the neighborhood and decided to go into H&M. I want to say it's 3 or 4 story H&M, and I actually found a lot of cute stuff. That Nike was really nice as well. It was 3 stories too, which was really cool, and they had a design center. I'm really second guessing my choices right now. This does not look nearly as steep as it fucking is. I feel like every time I do these hills, I like to think they get easier until I get one like that, and it just totally kicks my ass. It's always laughable to me though, because honestly, like, why am I struggling? Today, I wanted to go to Insadong since my husband and I came back here in 2019 to this area only for like maybe an hour or two, and we haven't been back here since. So I had a lot of exploring to do. There are a lot of different art galleries mixed in through here, as well as a kimchi museum a little further down. I didn't get very far before I wandered in a stamp shop. I have been looking for one of these for quite a few visits now, and I was super excited to have so much of a variety to choose from. And I got my name in Korean on the bottom of this stamp that actually looks like Lexi, and I'm obsessed with it. This outdoor shopping area is packed with a lot of makers and other artists' goods, which are so welcoming. Everybody was so kind and friendly, inviting you into their store. I really enjoyed checking everything out here. It was nice to spend some time and really see what everybody had to offer, because last time I was here, we just did a quick walkthrough.
You never know what you're gonna find when you turn down a random street here. A lot of the restaurants here have open windows or open patios all year round, which is actually really nice.
So I didn't realize how much time I had spent walking around, and I have yet to eat yet again. So one of the cafes I had saved, Dotori, was nearby. It was nestled in the cutest, quiet little area in the city. I ordered my tea and grabbed a dark chocolate canal and took a break from the busy city for a second. And since I was close by, I decided to go ahead and explore the Hanok village and took a stroll. It was a little bit busy because there were a few tours going on, but honestly, I don't care. It's always enjoyable to see the traditional buildings.
This all explains how they took it all and he tried to recreate as much as possible and preserve this. I'll post some of the translated sections up for you guys.
Then just some old men being old men, sitting outside, playing games and enjoying the weather while it's lasting. Inside here is a 10-story pagoda they have been restoring for some time now. It's so incredible to see this in person. As well as these pavilions, the tiles have always made me stop and stare. They're so intricate and well preserved. I love that these are just positioned still inside of the city. Since I was in the biggest walking mood, obviously, next stop was Cheonjejeon for the Riverwalk. I've been seeing it on IG for a while now, and I know it's really nice to see it in the summer, but since it was fall, it was still beautiful and probably less packed because of that. guess what? I'm hungry. Time to eat. So I had to find somewhere and fast. I was starving again. So I headed to the spot I attempted to find after my massage, but didn't have enough time in between then and my tattoo appointment. So I headed back over to Gangnam to find Cry Cheeseburger. I found it and I was so happy I did because a burger and loaded fries were exactly what I needed. This place really cares about their food and it shows. I'll definitely be stopping back. I swear everywhere you turn there is some sort of mall or underground shopping or stores. Now I went over to the iPark Mall because it was only like 2 seconds away from Cry Cheeseburger. So I was in here for a couple hours. This place is massive, just floor after floor of shopping. And this is also the one with the super cool library bookstore that spans a full 360 and has the escalator going up it. Of course, no visit to this mall is complete without doing a walkthrough of said mentioned bookstore from earlier. It was getting late, so I headed back to Mapo, and after getting off the subway, I went and stopped in AK Plaza to go in with Moo. I wanted to see if they had any of the K-pop merchos after, which I did get lucky and scored a few things. I ended up wandering around all the floors of AK since some of these stores are just pop-ups and they change out pretty often. I knew after this I had to get some barbecue in me. Thankfully, my favorite spot wasn't far and it wasn't busy, so I went and grabbed a cheap bite to eat. After enjoying that fine performance, I decided to go for a stroll and walk off some of this soju that I just drank during barbecue. Was definitely feeling it. Especially here, the percentage is stronger than what it is in the US, so definitely hits a little harder. Yep, you read right. Thursday, not Wednesday. I ended up with the most concerning stomach pains to the point I genuinely considered going to the ER. I was also unable to use the bathroom, which was terrifying being in another country, having stomach pains like that, and also, again, solo traveling. But I was not going to let me stop me, and the pain was unbearable at points, but by like 12, I think it was, I managed to muster up enough strength to head out to Dondaemun, and maybe if I walked around, I could like feel better, get fresh air. I don't know. I was trying anything at this point. This is probably my third visit to Dondaemun Design Plaza, also known shortly for Dream Design Play. Thought that was kind of cool. They hold a lot of events here for fashion. There's other conferences and stuff that happen here, but the outside part is really neat to be able to walk through and see all the architecture here and what it took to create this. I recently found out that they also offer tours that if you book ahead to go and walk on top of the DDP, which I'm really jealous I did not have enough time to do this. So I came to McGlory 2 times prior trying to find Nail Mall, and finally, after the 3rd attempt, I found the entrance to this place. I don't know why I was so stumped. It was on the side of the building, up an elevator on like the 10th something floor, but regardless, once my drink got set down, I went crazy shopping, which I was so happy to finally find this place. It's gonna be a pit stop every time I am in Korea now, so. I headed back over to Mappo and then went to go get the last few of my tattoos I had scheduled. And before I knew it, the night was over. I woke up feeling a good bit better on Friday, thankfully, because I had another bus tour scheduled and I had to be at the meeting point by 7:30 in the morning. After a 3-hour ride north, our first step in Pocheon was the lake, which was absolutely beautiful to see the leaves. We're in the process of changing for autumn. We had an hour at this location before we were heading to a restaurant locally to have lunch, so I was able to explore and walk around the entirety of the lake. So they have a stamp tour around the lake. The kids could like stamp a little booklet as they go around. Look how cute. And that little potato guy is precious. We arrived at the restaurant and already had selected our lunch options ahead of time, which I had wild vegetable bibimbap, and we all refueled and got back on the road. Of course, though, my fat ass did a quick stroll for pastries to see if I wanted anything to snack on the bus because, you know, lunch just is never enough. We loaded up back on the bus, and our next stop was another filming location for a lot of movies and K-dramas, this waterfall area, which it was gorgeous, don't get me wrong, but I think this area I would have definitely preferred to see in the summer in all of its glory.
이거 있잖아.
Then another 5-minute drive over to the suspension bridge, which I was so excited to be walking over this because there is clear cutouts that you could actually look down and see, which I know I'm pretty sure half the people on my bus were pretty freaked out about, but I was one of the first ones to go over there and do it because I'm just like that. The view is truly breathtaking here, and I sat up here for a good while taking it all in. It's hard not to. After a while there, we headed over to Herb Island, which is land of the pink mullygrass, which I was really surprised I was able to catch this tour when I did because the mullygrass is only in bloom for certain periods of time, and to see it at a peak time is kind of tricky in planning your whole trip around it because, like everything, things bloom at different times.
One, two, three. Another pose. One, two, three. One, two.
I love that they had a tractor service to take you up and down the mountainside because honestly, after a day full of hiking everywhere, that was the last thing I wanted to do.
There's all these dinosaurs and stuff, and I'm really not sure what dinosaurs were involved with pink sand, but I'm here for it. Oh, okay. He packing too, shit. City's out.
after a long day up in the mountains, it was about 8:30 by the time we finally got back to Hongdae, and I decided, since it was still Halloween weekend, why not enjoy my last night out and go out and walk around. This trip seriously flew by. I cannot believe it was already Saturday. So I woke up and took my last morning stroll to Paris Baguette, seen this cutie along the way. After grabbing coffee and something to eat, it was time to hit the subway and head to Gangnam for my Me Clinic appointment and a little bit of med spa pampering. I was very much looking forward to this part of my trip, as I have done this the last couple times I've been in Korea, and the skincare here and med spas are next level compared to the US. Of course, I had to surf the subway trinkets as usual before heading to my appointment. So for this appointment, I had scheduled a Fraxel laser, PRP with Rujurian, and a hydrofacial. And they also do cooling facials in between the lasers and stuff like that as well that are included with your service. I love how you are able to change into a robe, keep all your stuff in a locker, not really have to worry about toting your things from room to room as they move you around for different things. My experience here every time is always awesome. I cannot suggest Me Clinic enough. I left here a little red and puffy, and it was probably going to get progressively worse as the day went on, but that didn't stop me. I wanted to check out this place close by because they supposedly had a really good chicken sandwich, and look at it. This was delicious. I hung out there for a little while and then decided to walk around a few of the stores in Gangnam, like Butter and Olive Young. As well as the Cacao Friends store, because this one sometimes has different stuff I've noticed over the last few visits, so why not? And also their displays are way cuter here. I had some time left before I had to check out of my hotel, so I headed back on the train to Myeongdong because that was one of the places I had not been yet and wanted to stop. Laneige had a pop-up I wanted to check out, so that was definitely on the list, as well as some other just junk, trinkets, all the good stuff, you know, stickers, pins, everything I collect. It's all here because it's like the super ultra touristy spot. So dropped the ball again on another reservation because apparently to make custom lip masks you need one of those. So note to self. All I can say is I definitely didn't show you all of it, and my arms are sore from carrying everything, but I'm a happy girl. Headed back, got my stuff together, and took the train to the hotel that I was going to stay at, which has a free shuttle in the morning to the airport, which is only 5 minutes away. So nice and easy, and I don't have to worry about being late. I stayed at this hotel last time I was here, and it made everything a lot easier in the morning for us, as our flight times were the same last time. It's very affordable, and this room was so spacious. I absolutely loved it. By now, it was about 9:30, and I wanted to relax for a little bit, go through my stuff, and get ready for the morning because I had to be at the airport by 6:45 to make sure I got through customs and immigration and everything on time. Always rather be safe than sorry with that. I had enough time to grab something to eat, and I was happy to find the viral tiramisu, which, by the way, was delicious, and start my 13-hour flight back to Detroit. Well, Korea, it's been real, and I'll see you soon.